Wait a moment. This isn't a furry visual novel.
Hey guys and gals, Nary here from Drakewing Gaming. Some of you me on Twitter, The Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you into the Let's Play episode of Remake, Sissel's Path. So y'all, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right back in, shall we? Alarm Jen, you are up, and let's go. Alright, Ginny chewed on her lip and tapped her feet, her eyes deep in thought. Where do you plan to go now? You've got other places to live. Why not just accept Owen's offer or stay with one of us? I just told you, didn't I? I can't keep freeloading off of people like this. Sissel glared at his feet and sighed. I'm going to go back to the lake cottage. What? That place is practically falling apart. You could just live there for a week? Fucking watch me. Adrian's got a point, you know. The cottage isn't exactly the cleanest place in the world. I've survived there for I've survived there for most of my life. I'll survive another week. I sighed and ran my hands through my hair. Sissel, you are so damn stubborn. I've got a better idea for you. Oh, and what's that? My ears perked up at the sound of heavy footsteps approaching us through the hallway. Good, he's here. Oh. The door suddenly swung open to reveal the grinning face of Herschel. Yo, sis, I heard you needed a place to stay. What? Sissel shot me a furious glare. You told him, didn't you? Of course he did. He needed someone to keep an eye out for you. God knows you suck at asking for help. I don't need help. Sure you do. You need a roof over your head and some friends to drag you out of your little moping fest. So why not stay with me? What? You lived with me before and you can do it again. My doors are always open to you, sis. All you needed to do is speak up. Sissel growled and clawed at his own hair in frustration. You've helped me too much already. You picked me up off the street. You've hired me. Paid me, trained me, and I've done nothing to even come close to paying you back. You don't need to pay me back, sis. I do! Don't you see it yet? I'm sick and tired of leeching off of everyone I ever met just to survive. I'm tired of needing to beg for every little thing I need. If I can't do things on my own, then what good am I? Sissel panted heavily. His outburst seemed to drain everything out of him. With a slam, he stormed out of the room, too tired to argue anymore. Ginny and I stared at him quietly, while Herschel groaned and rubbed his eyes. Stubborn little shit, isn't he? Ginny sighed and shook her head. I can see who he gets it from. And she made her way out the door thoughtfully with a smile. It's getting late. Why don't you two go get some sleep? But what about Sissel? No need to worry. I've got a plan. It's a horrible plan, but it'll work nonetheless. Just go get some sleep. No need to worry. Everything will be fine. You know, every time you young folks say not to worry, I get stressed even more. I couldn't help but agree. What was Ginny up to? I wasn't even halfway asleep before the sound of a dozen text messages pierced my eardrums. Dragging myself out of bed, I groggily fumbled through the dark for my phone. They're all from Ginny. An elated grin spread across my face as I leaped out of bed, grogginess completely forgotten. Time to wake everyone up. Oh, Lord. Oh. Ginny frowned as she tapped send yet again on her phone. I hope he actually reached to my messages. This is gonna suck if Adrian just slept through all of it. She glanced up from her seat on the cottage floor and sighed. The old shack was absolutely filthy, the interior infested with rotting wood with small pine tree threatening to grow through the door. A large chunk of the roof had caved in, giving Ginny a nice view of the night sky framed with moldy wood. Ginny turned towards what used to be a bed frame, where Sissel currently sat with a disheartened slouch. You know you didn't have to follow me here. Did you expect me to sleep peacefully knowing my first friend decided to run off into the woods? Friends are hard to come by. I'd like to make sure they're doing alright. So on that note, how are you feeling, you big old doof? Sissel grumbled uncomfortably and kicked at a cockroach scurrying across the floor. Kinda shit. Everything I've worked towards is gone, and I'm just kinda still here. My life just turned into a directionless mess today. I need some time to cool off. Sorry, y'all, I'm just tired. Ginny smiled softly and sat down next to Sissel. The old bed frame creaked mournfully under their weight. Losing one contest isn't the end of the world, you know. You'll find a way to climb back to the top. There are plenty more chances to succeed in life. There was a sharp crunch as Sissel finally managed to squish a cockroach under his ragged shoe. You're starting to sound like one of those motivational cat posters plastered across our dorm. I think those are just Philip's selfies. Sissel snorted, a small laugh escaping his throat. His smile was short-lived. He slumped down to the filthy cottage floor and sighed. I know this isn't the end of the world. Nothing ever is. I've still got a job and people to look after me. Still, it just sucks, you know? I disappointed a lot of people today. Sissel rested his arms on his knees. His head hung low as he stared into the rotted wooden floor. Sometimes I wish I could just want to run away from here. Run away? Yeah. Just hop on a train and run run away from the city. Get a fresh start somewhere new on my own, you know? Ginny hummed thoughtfully under her breath as she considered what he just said. So, what's keeping you from doing that? What? A fresh start doesn't sound too bad. What's keeping you from running away? Well, Sissel stared up at her meekly. Ginny caught sight of Sissel's sheepish face and bursts out laughing. Aw, is someone gonna miss me? Shut up! This is the last time I get all mushy feeling with you. So what? I'm not embarrassed to admit it. I'd miss you a lot, and Boss too. Sissel sat up straight and huffed loudly, his face clearly red despite the dark. I owe you two a lot. Ginny, you taught a homeless nobody like me to read. And basic math, and how to fill out job application thingies, and pretty much everything I know, to be honest. Oh. You had no reason to. You had plenty of problems on your hands already, but you did it anyway. Sissel. And Boss too. He picked me up off the street and gave me and kept me fed. Learned everything I know about culinary arts from that guy. I owe you two so much. Sissel hopped off the broken bed frame and jabbed a thumb at his own chest eagerly. That's why I'm going to make the two of you proud someday. Somehow. I was doing the wrong voice. Today I was going to grab that golden contest trophy from the judge and scream to the whole world about how great you two are. His face faltered for a moment, but then he shook his head dismissively. That idea's out the window for now, but there's plenty of other shit for me to win at. I'm gonna make you proud someday. One day you'll be like, so you see that idiot over there? I know him. I taught him everything he knows. It'll be great. I promise. Ginny laughed and covered her mouth with her hand. Her voice was full of pride and a hint of melancholy. Sis, I'm already proud of you. So proud. Her laughing died down as she smiled bitterly at the room around them. You don't owe me anything, Sissel. Oh, sorry about that. But... Ginny stood up and dusted herself off before making her way towards the door. Come on, let's go for a walk. Sissel spluttered and ran after her. Wait up! Where are you going? The grassy earth of Bradley Woods crunched underneath their feet as the two of them strolled around the lake. Sissel had buried his hands into his pockets, meekly staring at the back of Ginny's head. Teach? What's up, sis? Ginny's voice was cheerfully brisk. Sissel winced as she stomped on a nearby anthill. Are you mad at me? Oh, no, I'm not mad, really. But I have this incredible urge to throw you into the lake. What? Why would you... Ginny closed her eyes and took a deep breath to prepare herself. She turned around and faced Sissel. Uh-oh. Sissel, you keep going on and on about making us proud, about how you don't want to leech off your friends. But this isn't the way to do it. She gestured angrily towards the rotten cabin behind them. Sissel winced and stared down at his feet. Right now you're starving yourself and throwing yourself into the woods. And you somehow think this would make me happy? Well, and think of your boss. Think of poor Herschel. He offered you a warm place to stay, but somehow you think that being homeless would make Herschel more proud. Ginny rubbed her eyes quietly and sighed. She turned towards Sissel slowly with a sad smile on her face. I'm already proud of you, Sissel. So proud. She sighed and slowly offered him an outstretched hand. Sissel stared at it before hesitantly taking it. She still wore white gloves over her hands all the time. The two of them were quiet as they strolled down the forest trail, holding hands like they were little kids again. Hey, Sissel? You don't owe me anything, you know that? I don't have much left to give, but I'd happily give you whatever you need. I'm so damn proud to be part of your life. Sissel's chest felt tight with shame. Her hands suddenly felt very thin and small under her thick white gloves. Herschel, Adrian, everyone else? They're all proud to be friends with you, too. Seeing you ruin yourself to try and appease us doesn't make us happy, it makes us all worried sick. She squeezed Sissel's hand softly and looked up at him with a soft smile. Let us be part of your life, Sissel. We miss having you with us. Don't push us away anymore, okay? Sissel sniveled quietly and wiped his tears on his shoulder. I'll try. Thanks, Jenny. The two of them were quiet as they continued strolling through the woods. Sissel took a moment to steady himself before clearing his throat. Hey, listen, Teach. They jumped back as the bushes suddenly crashed apart and blinding flashlights were abruptly shoved into their faces. What the fuck is that? Oh, good, they finally found us. Sissel yelped and scrambled backwards. Wait, Adrian? Philip? Owen? The hell are you three doing here? That's funny. I grinned at Sissel's dumbfounded face as I stumbled out of the bush with Philip and Owen trailing behind me. The three of us were all carrying heavy camping bags and triumphant grins. A flash of pride filled my chest as I rushed forward to drag a spluttering Sissel into a tight hug. I had spent a good hour waking up Owen and Philip and another hour just stumbling through the woods trying to find Sissel. But we're finally here. Sissel hugged back in an odd mix of awkwardness and confusion. Did you guys come all this way just to find me? It was all Jenny's idea. She messaged me earlier with her little plan. You guys took forever. I honestly thought y'all weren't coming. Sorry, Jenny. Owen was impossible to wake up. I turned back towards Sissel and gave him a playful punch to the shoulder. We figured if you were going to stand yourself in the woods at night, you might as well join your little camping trip. We even brought sleeping bags and marshmallows and everything. You didn't honestly expect us to leave you alone after your little moping session, right? I don't... Sissel gaped at us like a goldfish, his brain struggling to catch up with our sudden appearance. I'm fine on my own. You guys didn't need to go through all this trouble. What else are friends for? Come on, you can't say no to us. You better not. I didn't carry a big-ass camping bag out into woods at 2 a.m. for nothing. Sissel stared at us all incredulously. You couldn't blame him. Here we are, 5 idiots voluntarily spending a night in the woods. The headlines tomorrow will probably read, Local teens get mauled by a bear in the forest. Owen suddenly whistled excitedly before shoving us all down the forest trail. Are you all gonna keep standing there here or what? 1 second, y'all. Coffee time. Ah, shit, I want to watch Moonrise Kingdom again. That was excellent. God, I love... Oh, I love Wes... I think it's Wes Anderson movies. Yeah, I think it's Wes Anderson. Let's hurry up and set up a campfire. We've got marshmallows to roast. God, Grand Budapest Hotel is incredible as well. Still need to see Darjeeling Limited. Can you believe Philip's never had a s'more before? We gotta fix that. Sugar's bad for you. Being a hard-ass is bad for you, too. Come on, guys, let's go live a little. I'm putting Sissel in charge of finding all the firewood. Wait, what? Come on, let's go. Philip shrugged lamely as Owen dragged him and a sputtering Sissel down the forest trail. Gina and I exchanged happy glances as the three of them settled onto a spot near the lake. Thanks for coming all the way out here for us today, Adrian. I was afraid you'd sleep through all my text messages. I can't exactly sleep knowing you guys were stuck in the woods for the night. I shifted the camping bag on my back with a grin. Hope you two survived all right. How's Sissel doing? Sissel's still being a grump, but he's calmed down a little, I think. I just hope we can convince him to stay at Herschel's or something. It's not fair for him to sleep out in the woods again. We'll convince him somehow, don't worry. I hope so. Those woods kind of creep me out a little, to be honest. I glanced around the dark forest thoughtfully. Well, it's kinda... I freeze in my tracks. A frigid chill shivering down my spine. Adrian? Are you feeling okay? Do you hear that? Hear what? It's nothing. Let's hurry up and join the others. I'm starving. Alright, I guess. Ginny gave me an odd look, and I shooed her towards the budding campfire Sissel was making. I gulped and nervously glanced over my shoulder towards the dark lake water. I just couldn't shake the feeling something was watching us. Before long, the 5 of us were huddling around a cozy campfire in the woods. Our sleeping bags laid at our feet as we huddled around the fire, cheerfully stabbing our marshmallows with sticks. Sissel still sent guilty glances at us from time to time, as though he was embarrassed that we went through all this trouble for him. That doofus. We came out here to spend time with him, to cheer him up after all that's happened today. I wish there was an easier way to comfort someone. I couldn't think of anything. All I could do was sit down close to him and send him comforting smiles. The dark sky was clear with a brilliant view of the stars twinkling above us. The night was perfect. I would almost call it romantic if it weren't for the clouds of deathly mosquitoes hovering around us. I groaned and waved a fiery stick at the angry swarm. Philip looked up from his charred marshmallows and frowned. Adrian, you're gonna set the woods on fire. Not a bad idea. Sissel can't hide in the woods if we burn it down. Maybe he'll finally agree to move in with one of us afterwards. Sissel let out a bitter snort from his seat next to the campfire. Did y'all come out here just to convince me to stop living in the woods? Well, duh. Obviously. You just noticed? Today's been a pretty shitty day, all things considered. I figured it'd be nice if we spend the night together to just mess around and relax. Plus, I've always wanted to go on a camping trip. But at what cost? Mrs. Corliss is going to slit your throats for being out past curfew, especially on a school night. There are worse ways to die. At least we get to enjoy s'mores as our last meal. I shrugged and reached for a bag of graham crackers and chocolates. Sissel raised a suspicious eyebrow as I began sandwiching my crisp marshmallow into my s'more. White chocolate? Wait, are we eating my broken sculpture? I froze mid-bite. We all exchanged awkward looks. The staff was gonna throw it out, and I kind of figured we shouldn't waste perfectly good chocolate. Waste not, want not, right? Wow, so we're basically burning and eating my failures away. That's a little depressing. Hey, look on the bright side. There are worse ways to deal with your failures. At least yours are delicious. Sissel rolled his eyes so hard I thought he was going to fall over. Alright guys and gals, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, leave a super thanks or tip if you can, it always helps. Oh lord, I hope I don't get snowed in at work today. Anyway y'all, I love you all. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.